came up very repeatedly at the point in time, this 2012, is the success of the Ladli Laxmi Yojana. So everywhere I would go, that will be kind of, there will be talk about that and will be touted as one of the biggest successes that the government then had. I kind of know about the scheme and later on it got also somewhere picked up nationally as the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao Abhiyan. Also it has gotten replicated in by different names in different states. Now I know that you are the person behind it who really drafted or conceptualized that Ladli Laxmi Yojana. So again, like such Indore, tell me a little bit about the genesis of it, because the then Chief Minister and also now Chief Minister is also somebody who's kind of known for these kind of schemes, and in fact he's known here as Mamaji. He's kind of does a lot of things for the girl child and for women. So can you share about the genesis of it and also then the design of the scheme, what exactly the scheme is?
So what exactly happened was 2001 census. See, the 2001 census actually opened the eyes for the entire country, and more importantly administrators and the public representatives. 2001 census actually gave this data how the child sex ratio of the entire country, and most importantly some of the states like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, the child sex ratio, when I say child sex ratio, it is under 5. The number of girls to number of boys under 5 is the child sex ratio. So 2001 census clearly mentioned how the child sex ratio of Madhya Pradesh has dwindled from the previous census and went on to reach to about 912 or 915 if I remember.
Which is very poor, which is really
absolutely bad. Poor. Now what happened? What happened just prior to 2001? What exactly happened was the sonography machines. The sonography machines which were introduced somewhere in 90s and predominantly in the entire country, the sonography machines were actually used to ensure that the fetus that is growing in any womb is free of any abnormalities. Actually, that is the sole purpose of sonography machine. Now, sonography machines actually became, I would say, killer machines for female girl children. So, from 1981 to 2001, the child sex ratio dwindled so badly that it made the administrators to stand up and see what actually has gone wrong. So also in Madhya Pradesh. In Madhya Pradesh, there are the child sex ratio came down to 915 odd. Apart from that, there are pockets in Madhya Pradesh like Gwalior and Chambal, wherein the child sex ratio was went down as decimal to 840, which is absolutely appalling, and the government realized that something needs to be done. So I was Municipal Commissioner Indore from 2005-06, wherein I was changed or moved because of certain reasons and was posted apparently. It was told that it is loop line posting for me in Bhopal as kind of punishment posting. That's what it was told, that you are now ICDS project director and Mahila Bal Vikas, they called it a loop line posting. So I went there, and that is when our Chief Minister actually sat with us and told that we need to do something about this dwindling child sex ratio. There is rampant female feticide, sex determination and female feticide. Something needs to be done. See, there are two ways of controlling this whole thing. One, you actually put a tab on the rampant use of sonography machines for sex determination. It is enforcement. That is one side.
You need the stick.
Yeah, you need the stick. That's one side. Then the second side of this whole thing is actually to convince parents not to actually go for sex determination and female feticide. Girl child is equally important. And a campaign needs to be run to ensure that people, public at large, community at large, and parents in specific actually need to understand that girl child, the female feticide should be brought down. So this is when actually I travelled extensively to Tamil Nadu. I went to Haryana, Punjab and different parts of Madhya Pradesh. And finally, having spoken to the stakeholders in a series of meetings, we realized that there needs to be an incentive that needs to be given to the parents to ensure that they shouldn't feel that the birth of girl child is a burden on them. So that is when we actually came with this particular scheme called Ladli Laxmi Yojana in 2007. It was launched on 1st of April 2007. The interesting aspect of this whole thing is that it's not about just giving incentive on the birth of a girl child, but also ensuring that in the life cycle of a girl child, right from her birth till she actually gets married, her requirements are actually taken care by this particular scheme. And that is when a girl child is born, 30,000 rupees is deposited against the girl child, and it shall be in the name of girl child, not the parents. When she actually passes 6th class, she will be given 2,000. When she passes 8th class, she will be given 4,000. When she passes 10th class, she will be given 6,000. And she will not marry before 18 years. If she gets, she shouldn't marry before 18 years. And she should appear for the 12th class inevitably. That is mandatory. So if you see all these things, there is an incentive which is built into at different stages of the girl child. And very importantly, the girl child shouldn't die. In the event of the death of girl child, the money will go to the government, not to the parents. Because if the parents can kill their girl child female feticide, they will also kill her for the money. So we ensure that the money goes only to the girl child and not to the parents. And that is how this scheme became extremely successful. And I'm very proud to say that I've been part of designing of this scheme, and 45 lakh girl children are benefited in Madhya Pradesh because of one single scheme. And apart from that, now in the revised IFHS data, that is India, the Family Health Survey, the overall child sex ratio of Madhya Pradesh after the introduction of this scheme, nearly 15 years now, has gone more than 956 around. So you can understand that now one female feticide, the sex determination has to a large extent has been diminished. And apart from that, the girl child is taken care her during the different ages of her life cycle. Her needs are being taken care. And I'm also very proud to announce that 15 states of the country copied this scheme. 15 states of the country copied this scheme, and I would say that more than 5 crore girl children are benefited out of this one scheme that has been designed in Madhya Pradesh.
I think this is fascinating. It goes on to show how a well-conceived or thoughtful design of a scheme, how deep an impact it can have. It's not just about giving some direct benefit or giving some direct money. It's a fundamental social change that has been triggered by something like this.
Absolutely. This is what this is what everybody needs to understand, the future management bosses who are sitting over here. What I would like to mention to you is that one, never design a scheme without talking to the stakeholders. The talking to the stakeholders is extremely, extremely important for designing a scheme, number one. Make all your stakeholders partners in whenever you design a scheme, project, everything. And more importantly, ensure that the implementation of the scheme. I was there 15 years back while designing the scheme. I'm no longer there in that particular department, but still that scheme is sustaining and is extremely useful because there is a lot of energy, lot of thinking which has gone into the designing of the scheme. So the designing of the scheme is extremely important, and that is the reason the scheme has been extremely successful and still being run.